like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has been able to put in place in all the critical sectors of governance is some people, all of them, from EFCC to DIA, DSS, but with a legislature, a National Assembly, firmly under his lock and key, with the Ministry of Finance, Central Bank.
Some people might call that good politicking.
Yeah, well, whatever it is.
An astute politician has boys everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And puts them in places.
Yes, he puts them in places. So even the INEC chairman that had just been appointed to replace Mahmoud. So I see Tinubu virtually running against himself.
Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekhuome, has dropped a bombshell for Tinubu. He said Tinubu is running after second term election when he has not settled down to govern, when he's not bothered with the hunger the citizens are going through. His problem is not to solve it. His problem is to return to office. He went further to say that in 2027, for the way Tinubu has hijacked all the system, is virtually going to run against himself. And he revealed that the next person that is replacing the next chairman that he has put in there is his fellow Yoruba. Also, Afenifere has come, told the National Assembly to impeach Tinubu because of the hastiness to commission 30 kilometer from the railway project out of 700 kilometers. And according to them, the so-called side they said Tinubu is trying to finish now, is a place that leads to the Atlantic. And according to the formation, the Atlantic there, they're referring to, is owned by Tinubu. And they said that the business, Tinubu, this railway project, whatever, was awarded to a Lebanese Nigerian businessman who is in partnership with Tinubu, that obviously Tinubu awarded the contract to himself. Hence the reason Afenifere is calling for his impeachment. This video is deep, it's loaded. Before we take a listen at Mike Ozekhuome, I want you to listen to these Nigerians. They've got something to say. The guy review why Tinubu can never come back in 2027. Let's take a listen at this. Please, and when you like this video, please share.
Fellow Nigerians, I know you are all worried that Tinubu seems to be getting stronger every day. That's a lie. They are just doing media to make it look like that. Now I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why Tinubu is going down, and he knows. He's going to lose the election in 2027, and he knows. So he's doing everything possible to play a very strong mind game so that you people can think he's waxing stronger. He is not. Number 1, all the PDP governors and senators that are decamping to APC, they are decamping because they are afraid of what might happen to them if they do not decamp. That's number 1. Number 2, this is the first time in the history of Nigeria that a president in a country where everything is not working will be given endorsement for a second term. 2 years to election. That is to show you how desperate he is to make Nigerians think that he is doing very well. He is not doing very well. The fact that they all even look at the way the Senate president was saying, where come this person, where come that person. He was inviting them to the stage. He now said, we have to endorse him and all that for a second term. There will never be a second term. Tinubu is a one-term president.
That's what we practice. We just finished one election. Rather than settle down to govern, we're already looking forward towards another election with endorsements here and there of governorship candidates, of Mr. President, people falling over each other to endorse Mr. President, who has not been allowed yet to do his job for over 2 years. Bootlicking at its highest level. Decampments, cross-carpeting by governors who won on the platform of a political party, throwing all morals and decency to the winds, and then crossing over to the opposite party because you want to come back. It's like beans, akara, and momoy. They are the same. So they have no scruples because they don't have any ideological bifurcation And that's where we are.
It's a very painful
And we are gradually driving, without knowing it, towards a one-party state. And it's a dangerous move if we are not careful. Because in a one-party state, dictatorship reigns supreme.
The president says we shouldn't worry about that. It's one party making a difference.
Yeah, no,
not a one-party
dictatorship. You will see dictatorship. Because everybody will agree. National Assembly pocketed, we agree. Judiciary will be pocketed. And everybody will be saying yes, yes, yes. Dictatorship, absolute corruption, which can no longer be checked because everybody is there. The truth is that such a party will still implode later. Oh, history shows that it will implode. Listen, in this country, we watch PDP. They ruled for about 16 years, I remember. And it got so cozy for them, so beautiful, that at a time they said they were going to rule for 60 years. Right? Remember? It got so cozy that they even started deregistering members of the political party. Can you imagine? Instead of recruiting members, they were now deregistering members. Get out. But what happened at the end of the day?
Well, you see, someone has pointed out that these endorsements, these massive endorsements that have been given to the president, former President Jonathan got the same thing.
Yeah.
And lost the election. Is it possible?
Well,
is it possible that with all these endorsements, President Tinubu might lose the election? Because you have said that it is this election in 2027 will be, I'm going to coin a phrase, it will be our stomachs versus the president.
Yeah.
So is it possible that the Nigerian people might get to a point maybe in 2027 where they say, look, we now have to make other decisions. We don't.
Yes, yeah, but that has to come on the platform of a strong opposition. A strong opposition.
Do we have one?
There must be a political party platform that these Nigerians will coalesce into. We saw that virtually happen during Peter Obi's Labour Party.
In 2023.
In 2023.
2027, do we have that sort of option?
I am yet to see. Because the opposition parties are themselves fractured. PDP has its own internal schism. Labour Party has its own internal schism. All the political parties. So with that, with a strategic person like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has been able to put in place in all the critical sectors of governance, is on people. All of them. From EFCC to DIA, DSS, of course the judiciary, that is providential. That is a Yoruba woman because she earned it. But with the legislature, the National Assembly, firmly under its lock and key. With the Ministry of Finance, Central Bank.
Some people might call that good politicking.
Yeah, well, whatever it is.
An astute politician has boys everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And puts them in places.
Yes, he puts them in places. So even the INEC chairman that had just been appointed to replace Mahmoud. So I see Tinubu virtually running against himself. That's what I see. I may be wrong. I want to challenge Nigerians to do something to prove me wrong, that Tinubu will not be running against himself in 2027.
Prof, we have to go on a short break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll be looking at your sector, the judiciary, and some of the games being played with this very critical sector, among other issues. So please, stay with us on Hard Copy. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching Hard Copy on Channels Television. I'm Professor Mike Ozekhuome is here with us, having a State of the Nation conversation. And I'm about to take it to his area, the judiciary.
Yeah.
Now, we know with Jusun, when Jusun went on strike, you know, I think some pockets in Jusun are still insisting that they are going to continue the strike. But generally, the negotiations have happened and they've come to some kind of resolution. But my question has to do with the questions that they are asking. Salary.
Yeah. 70,000
naira minimum wage
not being paid.
And then you're looking, we saw the visuals of some of the courts. I wouldn't sit there, but it is a place where we are calling a hall of justice, and these places are dilapidated.
Dilapidated infrastructure, Judges still
nothing.
writing
Judges
with
writing
long hand.
with long hand.
Lack of incentives.
Is there a game we're playing here that might backfire on us?
I wouldn't know whether it's a game, but I just know that the judiciary has been ignored for too long. And it's garbage in, garbage out. It's what you sow that you reap. The judges themselves are human beings. They live in the same society where the policeman shoots a person for refusing to give a bribe of 500 naira. They live in the same society where the customs man turn his face and allow goods to be smuggled in. They live in the same society where the immigration officers will allow foreigners to infiltrate into the country without valid papers, to the extent that if you go around, you see Chinese people frying gari, frying akara balls and gari, granite, Chinese. They are out here. How did they come in? So the point I'm making is that in a society like that, that is infectious, that is contagious, you need to treat the judiciary respectfully, because they are to deliver justice between man and man, between man and government. The judiciary must be well funded, judges well paid, so that they can become like St. Michael, Archangel Michael, or St. John the Baptist, or even Jesus Christ, that can see bribe and turn away his face, because you say, what are they going to give me? After all, I'm taken care of. I have enough to feed myself and my family, to train my children. I have a house to retire to when I'm old. The present government, I must give kudos, has done something good in this respect through a new law last year, giving judges, for example, Supreme Court justices, I think they now get about 54 million naira per annum. That translates to maybe about, is it 54, 56? That translates to about 5.3 million naira per month. Well, it may not mean much in the present inflationary period, but it is a leap forward, and all judges' salaries have been increased. It was Justice Weaponized about 20 years ago, during his valedictory sermon or speech, who said, a corrupt judge is more dangerous than a man armed with a dagger. He said the reason is that a man armed with a dagger can be restrained physically, but a judge that is corrupt destroys the moral fiber of the society. We have a proverb in my language. See, akatu somi de nato dafu. Usomi ake akonato yo. What does it mean? If you sell your head to buy a cap, which head will you have to wear the cap on? So if the people on whose behalf these new imperialist reforms are being carried out, if they die, if they starve and die before the bountiful harvest arrives, who will enjoy the harvest? That is when Mr. President has to look at it very critically and know that there's trouble, clear and present danger in terms of poverty, abject penury, grinding poverty. Nigerians are barely surviving.
People say this poverty is actually being weaponized.
Oh, it has been weaponized. It has
by this administration.
Yeah, yes, much weaponized. There's no doubt about that.
Hope 93. I want to quote something you said.
Yeah.
When you were talking about Hope 93 and the dream.
Yeah.
That people like you had for our country in 1993. Things have since gone from bad to worse.
Yeah.
Nothing is working. Nigeria appears to be lost in the labyrinth of successive bad leaderships, of state captors and political buccaneers, suckling dry the blood of Nigerians, their primitive acquisition instincts and bacchanalian propensity
to consume.
Yes.
I like that, my phrase. You must have seen that from one of my write-ups.
Yes. Bacchanalian propensity to consume are simply alarming. Nigeria today is anything between 1,400 to 1,800 per $1. Inflation to an all-time high. with the vast majority impoverished, earning less than 30,000 naira a month. Fuel is untouchable and diesel unachievable. So I'm not happy with the country's situation. Today, it is not palatable. The common man is dying by installments.
Yeah, I think I wrote that somewhere. I said that somewhere. You are right.
Yeah.
The situation has not improved.
I mean, while we can't blame President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for everything that's happened in the country, he's only been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
Is there something he should be thinking about?
Yeah, we can't blame him for everything. That is true. But strong leaders are known when things are bad. People like President Dawood Ensehora, Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln, many presidents, Mahatma Gandhi.
Is it possible
presidents who came when things were bad?
And transformed.
Yeah, he has an historic opportunity to transform Nigeria around. For example, Mr. President should know that his budget was infused with about 11,126 extra items by the National Assembly, which cost 12.5% of the budget of 54.99 trillion naira. A government that wants to succeed must cut down wastages and leakages.
Your assessment of the Tinubu administration in 2 years. 1 being absolutely terrible. 10 being what we've been hearing the endorsement people saying, he's done a great job. Where would you rate his performance in 2 years?
I will say he came out boldly to square up to the challenges. But he's getting it wrong in the methodology that he's applying. You have to live by example, not by precepts. You must let the country know that I feel your pains.
Not just saying it.
Not just saying it, because words are cheap. I feel your pains. I don't need that presidential jet I just acquired. We don't need 109 senators with about 54 committees, each of them fully equipped. 360 House of Rep members with about 79 committees. We don't need this. We need to cut down government. We don't need up to 45 ministers as we have them today. We don't need them. We need to block leakages. So when we are borrowing over 160 trillion, when are we going to pay it? We are mortgaging our future and the future of our children. I think the president should look inward, cut down drastically the oil subsidy that was meant to be, or that had been removed. Where are we investing into? What critical areas? I can't see it. Now you are starting a Lagos to Calabar coastal area, about 11 to 12 billion dollars. How many trillions of naira? Is that really a priority at a time when there is hunger and starvation? You can't blame them.
Your word to the Nigerian people as we wrap up right now. What can we say to the Nigerian people?
My word to the Nigerian people: be resilient. Hold your governments accountable to the people, because the power is yours. It is not theirs. You merely send them as agents. You are the dog that wags the tail. They are the tail. A tail cannot wag a dog. But above all, be hopeful for a better tomorrow. Don't get disillusioned as to give up. Tomorrow, I believe, which is the today we talked about yesterday, will be better.
I want to